Wednesday morning. It is 7:21 a.m. here in Quanah, Texas at the Loves. We got all our stuff done this morning we need to do. Most important thing is get ourselves properly awake. We're just going to go over the scale so I don't have to make such a hard turn up there. So we are finally heading towards our pickup, which was delayed until today, Wednesday at 8 a.m. Got about half an hour's drive down to Corral and a little bit on the south side. Donuts. Something about Texas. They love their donuts. I never seen so many donut shops in my life as in Texas. So we're heading out to what is going to be our, what should be our first permit load. So I'm gonna learn that a little bit of that process today. The only state I have an annual permit to travel through in my possession is Kansas. So I have to get a permit for Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and South Dakota. There we go. That car wasn't there, it would have been a lot easier. Get around that corner, but I got around without hitting any signs, hitting anybody, hitting any cars. So that's all that matters. Okie dokie. Move around here up out the way. Basically get ourselves into the position they want me in. They got a couple things coming out of here. They got a truck, skid loader, I think they said, a boot, which I have no idea what he means by that. And right in front of me, these two trailers that are welded together. these are going, then a couple other pieces are going as well. So we will see what is going on. We're just going to park it right here for the moment. And we will wait. So basically we got to wait for another guy to come who is going to run another forklift, because I got to use two forklifts to lift stuff up. I back under it, then they lower it onto the trailer. Then we'll see what we need to do. We need to take our measurements, our height, our width, our length, our approximate weight, get that requested, get back up to the Loves in Quanah, get an official cat scale weight, and get the permits, and then we will go. Now here we are, Crowell, Texas, and my first permit load, first oversized load. Not a big one, but you all got to start somewhere, right? So I got my flags, got my banner there. We got this trenching assist tool. When they're putting wires in the ground, it follows behind the trencher, helps lay the wire down. Got a little disker there to control the soil, I guess, after that. We got two trailers, one on top of each other, welded together. All the tires and axles off and bound in there. And flags on the outside here at the furthest point. And then a flag and flags and banner on the rear as well. So we're heading back up to Quanah, to the Loves there, to get the pick up the permits that are faxed to that location. Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota. We already have an annual permit for Kansas, so we are good to go. We are 12 foot 5 inches high and a half inches high. We're 10 foot 6 inches wide. We're hanging over the front here about 5 feet. This piece right here is actually forward of the front here about 5 feet. So hopefully the sun doesn't blind you there. So there we go. Off on our adventure. We're gonna see if there's any paperwork that I need to sign, and then we are gone. All right, we are reviewing our permits here, starting with Texas. Then we have Oklahoma and Nebraska. So as soon as the other ones come through, we will be looking at those. Well, here's the first 3 states to begin with. Okay. Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska. So our width is good, height is good, length is good, our weight is good. So we are okay. So I got to read all this stuff. Well, I got to read all this and all this for Texas. Here's my instructions for the route I can take. Then the same thing for Oklahoma. All the information there. Here is the route that I must take in Oklahoma. And here's a turn-by-turn for Oklahoma. US 283 northbound coming out of Texas. You know, Oklahoma 44, Oklahoma 9, US 83, 183, I-40, I-35, exit 231, I-177 northbound. And here's for Kansas. I actually have Kansas, okay. So here's my route for Kansas. 177 in Kansas, 81, 166, I-35, north, basically on the north side of Wichita, looks like. Then 135. Then Nebraska. US 81, US 81, US 34, US 81. Nebraska, Nebraska, Nebraska. So I got 4 states. Kansas already got a permit, but I still have to follow that. So I got to review that, then I can go. Lovely, but I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to give me a tall glass of ice water. Whew. Well, this is what I signed up for, so cannot really complain. That off. Let me turn the APU on. Do that on maximum while I'm inside. Okay. So we'll figure that out. And then we will, okie dokie. So have reviewed the permits. So I am good all the way up to Kansas, you know, into Oklahoma. So Brahman, Oklahoma, 225 miles. Plus 37 miles, plus 34 miles, plus 30. So I'm about 400 miles, almost. I have 7 hours left on my clock for the day. I have all my points laid out for where I can go, how they want me to drive. So we are going. So I got my waypoints laid out. All the roads are on the GPS are matching the roads listed on the permit. From here all the way up to Kansas. So we are pretty much set. So we're heading down here to Vernon, Texas. We're a little bit after Vernon. We're going to turn north on 283 off of 287. How's that loose again? me to pull over here. I don't know why that strap is loose immediately, because I just tightened it. Oh well, that's why you look in your mirrors. Back in a sec. Instantaneously, that thing came loose. I think that maybe the little cog thing didn't want to hold. All right, here we go. Right hand turn, that thing hangs out there, baby. we are here north of Altus, Oklahoma. Heading over here to Hobart, where we're going to get on to 183. We're on Oklahoma 44, old US 283. We're going to get on to Oklahoma 9 up here in a little bit. And that'll take us over to US 183 at the town of Hobart. And we'll take that north. That should take us all the way up to I-40. And then we'll get on I-40, take that over to Oklahoma City, get on I-35, take that north to Quanah, where we'll stop for the night. Now what you typically think when you think of Oklahoma, I mean, most of Oklahoma is pretty flat. Then you got this. Quartz Mountain. Pretty nice scenery otherwise. The old lake. Yeah, and I stayed a little bit over a little white line there, because you never know who's coming around the corner. Somebody wants to ride that yellow a little bit more. Even though I should have the yellow, because there's to follow the outside curve, the outside line when you make your turns in a truck like this. But knowing how people are, you know, and plus I got a little bit of wide load, so I'm going to stay over just a little bit further to the white line, to the right side, just to give myself a little bit of a little bit more safety factor, as it were. Quartz Mountain. Not too bad. Alright, we're going to stop up here in Guthrie. About 7 miles, 6 miles. Need to turn off my driver's side tank, because that's almost empty. And my passenger side tank has about 9/16 full. So we're gonna hop in here real quick. And it's only about 55 miles, about 50 miles short of where I want to get to today, but there's a free parking spot, I will take it and just call it a night. And in the morning, get up and just get up a little bit earlier and get going. You know, prefer to go to the pilot flight J in Tonkawa, but yeah, it all works out in the end. I'm not delivering until the 20th anyway, until Friday, so I got a little bit of time. You know, they're not going to be on site till at least 7 a.m., so I can be there, you know, at 7 a.m., you know, Friday morning. And I was hoping that the tank were actually leveling out a little bit, but nope, because my driver's side tank is almost about 85–90% closed off, you know, just trickling through, and it's still, you know, not pulling from the other tank unless it's fully closed. Oh well, you know, that's the problem I'm still having, you know. Company mechanics couldn't find a problem. Peterbilt couldn't find a problem. Yet I'm still having the same exact problem. I know, to my thinking, when I get told by Peterbilt, the mechanic there, that they see this problem a lot with the 389s, they know what the problem is. Why not just fix it? Why not just get it fixed? I'm fairly sure that this 2018 truck with 140-some thousand miles on it still has some kind of warranty going to help take care of that. Oh well, we'll just continue to do what we can, what I can, to you know, make sure the truck can run without as many problems as possible during the day. Which means I got to constantly play with that valve on the top of the tank. Proportioning valves and proportioning units have been used for a long, long time on dual tank vehicles. I mean, I would say at least 50 years, at least as old as I am. I'm sure a whole lot longer than that. But let's be fairly conservative. 75 years. Vehicles, you know, boats, airplanes, cars, trucks, you know, equipment, standby generators, boilers.
1.5 miles to Lake Guthrie.
You know, all those kinds of things like that. I'm sure somebody somewhere has had a proportioning valve from 2 tanks into one unit for whatever purpose. An engine, a burner, a boiler, a catalytic reaction, you know, whatever. So it should not be too difficult to understand how to operate. And when you start having a problem with them, just replace that proportioning valve and be done with it. No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, whatever. Why is this guy following that close behind me, so I can't see him. He's following all the way. He's all the way to the freaking right, and too close. There's a golden chick across the street.
In 500 feet, turn right on. Okay, 33, and then turn left in 710 feet.
I could give that place a try. Doesn't really matter which one I go to. I mean, I've had Carl Jr.'s already. But at the same time, I'm gonna make me some pork fried rice.
In 600 feet, turn left on North Midwest Boulevard.
Come on, dang it. Come on. Why wasn't allowing me to shift? Let's go ahead and park it here. Yeah, we'll park over here. What the heck? Wait for this guy to get around. You know what? We'll park back here where it's the least likely to get hit. This would be a lot better place to go. Get out on the end where nobody's going to be on the side of me. Or shouldn't be anybody on the side of me. Sure we get this one all the way to the edge here. I'll get it eventually. Just a little hard for me to see the lines with the sun glare. All right, so we are all the way at the very end. Of the row, which is what we want. All right, it is 6:30. Inspect. Okay. New. Post. And post trip inspection. All right.